Hi, welcome back. In this video, we are going to implement the complete shopping cart feature. First, we will start by designing the UI with constant layout for both the cart screen and cart item layout. And then we will integrate room database for cart persistence, build a cart view model to handle the logic, and then finally connect everything inside our cart fragment with a recycler view adapter. So first, we will implement the UI logic for our fragment screen. So I will replace this default logic with our actual shopping cart logic. Right, so what we did here, we have defined the constant layout, and under that we define our custom toolbar, which having a back button CTA and a shopping cart title, right? And then what we have a text view which show whenever user navigate to shopping cart without adding any item. So we have adding a no text view, that is an empty cart message, right? And then we have defined a recycler view cart, which basically will load the item in our shopping cart whenever user add a item in their shopping cart. And then we have a checkout button, right? So this is our UI logic for our fragment cart screen. So let me sync with Gradle fields. Right now what we will do, we will create a layout for item cart. Item cart. So here we just replace the item cart layout logic. So here what we did, we are using constant layout, and then we using the checkbox to select the item, and then we have a product image with image view, right? And then we have a product details like product name, product size, and product price, right? And then we have defined a linear layout to handle the increase or decrease button. So basically plus or minus CTA. So I will add a drawable for plus and minus CTA. So this is the -1 and this is the +1. See, so we have just completed our both the UI. Right now coming to the room database. So it is under the package of DAO. Then we have a cart DAO. So here what we did, we have defined a interface of the cart DAO, and then we have make a queries which can select the items from cart items table, right? And then we have a get cart items which returns live data list of cart items, so UI updates automatically. And then we have an insert item, it adds a new items. Similarly for updates quantity or selection, then delete cart item, it will help to remove a single item. Then we have a clear cart, what it will do, it will empties the entire cart. And then we have a get cart item by details, so it will checks if the same product already exists, same name, same size, same price, right? Now coming to the cart database. So here what we did, we are just upgrading our database from version 1 to 2 by adding a new column called quantity in the cart items. So this simply tells rooms whenever the database goes from version 1 to 2, it runs the SQL command. It runs the SQL command and adds the new quantity column, set its type to integer, makes it not null, and gives existing row a default value of 1. Now in our cart database, we bump the version number to 2. And here we just attach our migration. That's it. Now room safely updates the schema without deleting old data. So this migration will help to not alter the previous added data by the user whenever we release a new build, right? So we just explained cart DAO and cart database. Now we will add cart view model in our view model package. Now here we will add our cart view model logic. All right. So this logic will help to manage our shopping cart. So first we connect to our cart DAO from the room database so that we can insert, update or delete cart item. We expose cart items as a live data. so our UI can automatically update whenever the cart changes. Next, we use two mutable live data, this one and this one. One for the cart count and another one for cart total price. And inside init, we observe cart items, and whenever items change, we update the count and calculate the total price. We also have three important functions: add to cart, update cart item, and remove cart item. Right? So add to cart item, what it will do, if the item already exists, we just increase its quantity. Otherwise, we insert a new item. So the whole logic will help to increase the quantity of the same item. Right? And for update cart, this function will help to update an existing cart item, like changing its quantity. And remove item from cart, this function will help to delete the item completely from the shopping cart. So this cart view model acts as the brain for our shopping cart feature, keeping the UI updated with real-time changes in cart items, count, and total price. So here we are getting one error. We will resolve this by pressing Alt plus enter. We just change the parameter, right? Now we will add a cart adapter which will connect this item cart. So we will add a cart adapter here. So I just added the logic of the cart adapter here. So this adapter is basically responsible for showing all the products that a user has added to their cart, handling quantity updates, selections, and even deletions. So our adapter extends list adapter along with diff utility item callback. Right? So diff utility item callback helps us efficiently update only the changed items in the list instead of reloading the entire recycler view. So this is very important for performance, especially when working with large shopping cart data. Inside the companion object, we define diff callback, right? So our item the same checks if two cart items are the same by comparing their IDs, or we have another R contents the same. Checks if all fields of two items are equal. So this ensures only changed rows are refreshed in the recycler view. And then we have a view holder setup under cart view holder. This is where we bind our cart item data to the UI, like product name, quantity, product size. We have bind everything in the function bind. Now what we will do, we will connect everything to our fragment cart. Where is our cart fragment? Okay. This cart fragment default logic which we do not have needed, because this is a default logic whenever we adding a new fragment, right? So I will replace this with our actual logic. As you know, we are using view binding, so here we define our binding and we inflate the layout. And under on view created, we initialize view model and adapter. We create an instance of cart view model using view model provider. This view model contains our cart data. Then we initialize our cart adapter, which is responsible for binding cart items inside the recycler view. Then we handle our toolbar. Whenever user click on back CTA, they will navigate to the previous screen, right? And then we define our recycler view, which is in linear layout, right? This will display all cart items in a vertical list. And then we observe our cart items. And then we observe our cart items with live data from our view model. Whenever the cart updates, our adapter will refresh automatically. We also handle UI states, right? Here we are handling the UI states. If the cart is empty, we hide the list and a checkout button and show an empty message. If the cart has items, we show the list and checkout button. Whenever the user clicks the checkout button, we check if any items are selected. If yes, we convert the selected items into a JSON using JSON. Put them inside a bundle and navigate to the checkout fragment. If no items are selected, then we simply show a simple toast message that no item selected. So we have completed our shopping cart feature implementation. Now we will run this in the emulator and see. Alright, now test the app whether we are able to add the item in our cart or not. So let's see. Okay, it is broken. Why? Because we are not passing the object product details fragment from previous screen, right? So for that, what we will do, coming to the product detail fragment. So here, see, we didn't initialize our cart view model, right? And even though we are not passing anything under this buy button, so first initialize our cart view model, right? So we have initialized our cart view model. Now coming to the buy button, here we will create a object for cart item id, random id to string. It generates a unique id for this cart item. This ensures each item in the cart is uniquely identified, right? Then we have a name, product.name. Then we have a size, selected size. Then we have a price, final price. Then we have image URL. So this image URL, what it will do, it picks the first image from the product images. If there is no image, it uses an empty string. And we have a is selected is true. So it marks this item as selected by default, so it will appear in our checkout immediately. Now our cart item object is ready, and here we will calls the add to cart function in the view mode, in the cart view model. So for that I will call the view model, then add to cart, and here we have a pass our object, that is cart item. Now we will run the app again and see the output. All right. See, now we are able to successfully adding the cart item in our shopping cart fragment, right? We are able to increase the quantity and decrease the quantity also. Now let's see whether we are able to add multiple items in our cart or not. All right, so our shopping cart is working fine. So that's it for today. See you in the next video. Thank you.